Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. Max, how you doing today?
Doing good one. Happy Friday when the time of this recording.
Mhm.
Better make sure it comes out on a Friday
I
so I don't look
know.
like an asshole.
Thank you.
But yeah, no problem.
um, we appreciate you guys joining us. We are back with another installment of NFL preview slash over unders. By the way, we do all 8 divisions, all 32 teams. Uh, Breakdowns as far as who they added, who they lost, predictions, and just overall thoughts about every single team. And today, we're going to be doing the AFC East. Okay, so that's the Patriots, Dolphins, Bills, Jets. Very, very interesting division, Max. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, doing some big things on the channel. Football season is upon us. Max, how do you want to start this AFC East as a whole? Your thoughts on it?
While Tom Brady was in this division, it was arguably the worst in football. Arguably for 20 years, there was sparingly another playoff team. Now the
Facts.
roles have reversed. The Patriots are the bottom dweller. The Dolphins and Bills are constantly in a fight for a top spot. And there's some key storylines. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers' return after 4 plays in his first game. I mean, it's a very weird division to me. It's up in the grabs. I don't think Buffalo is the favorite I used to think it was. I would still pick them because of the faith I have in Josh Allen, but it's nowhere near like years past where it's like, oh, it's Buffalo's.
Right. Yeah.
It's Buffalo's. No, I feel less confident about picking Buffalo this year than I have the last 4. So that's my 2 cents.
By the way, Max, I will have a very important question for you. Did you ever bury that football for the Patriots?
Oh, I do. I have. They sent me 2, so I buried one, and I have. Where the hell did I just saw it in here over there. I have another one. So I bought 2. I said they sent me 2. I bought 2 just in case you'd be like, oh, I pulled one out. But yeah, no, I buried the one. I don't know where the fuck it went.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments of the podcast over the last like 3 years we've been doing this is the just basically like the passing of the New England Patriots. Um, it would have been it would have been terrible to start this podcast, Max, during the Patriots fucking like run, because how much hate would have been coming out of our hearts if the Patriots were the Patriots.
So much hate, so much warranted hate too. So much of Tom Brady, the best quarterback ever, complaining about every little thing, crying, bitching, moaning,
Yeah.
cheating, but
Look,
whatever.
I've always said this. I respect the Patriots as far as like, hey, I know they were really fucking good, bro. Probably one of the best teams of all time, like during these stretches. But if there's two, you know what? Scratch that. If there's two teams that I can just definitely put a stamp on that I fucking hate, and it's not even because like they're good or whatever. Like I just hate them because of the fandom that I am. Is the New England Patriots and the Boston Celtics. I fucking hate those teams. There's just no way I can find myself to root for those teams. I just fucking I hate them. I genuinely fucking hate those two teams.
Tuck rule? Is that why?
Tuck rule. The fact that they were winning, I hated Tom. I wasn't a Tom Brady guy. I just didn't like the Patriots, bro. And then the Boston Celtics are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you know, but
And
yeah, it was a bad time. Me and Max were doing a podcast during then, and we just acted like nothing fucking happened. We are just like, yeah, fuck them. Like, it was exactly. All right. Let's get into it. We go first to worst as far as last year's standings. So that means we're going to go with the Buffalo Bills. All right. Bringing back Sean McDermott, offensive coordinator Joe Brady, and defensive coordinator Bobby
Babish.
Babish. Yeah. What a name. 2023, they went 11-6, won that last game of the season, that finale to win the division against the Dolphins. in great fashion. 2024 over under is 10.5. Let's go over some of the ads that they had. Keon Coleman, stud wide receiver out of Florida State, a guy who I'm a big fan of. DB is Cole Bishop. He's from Utah, safety.
Really liked him.
Yeah,
We really liked him.
yeah, our one of our top safeties prospects coming out, and wide receiver Curtis Samuel, and another wide receiver in MVS stole him from the Chiefs. If you want to say stole, some of the losses: Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, Tre'Davious White, and Jordan Poyer. These are huge losses, Max. If you guys haven't checked out our MJC original, we did a part 2 basically on Josh Allen, saying on why the Bills are failing him. And this is a big reason why. Big losses like this that the team has just gonna struggle with replacing, honestly, because the ads just don't add up to the losses that they got this offseason. So Max, I bring you to this. I know a lot of the stuff that we're probably gonna say in this podcast is going to be a repeat on what we said in that MJC original on how the Bills are doing not a good job surrounding Josh Allen with the best available talent that they could. But can you please explain why you think the Bills are failing Josh Allen?
And I just think that for a multitude of reasons, and I would call this like my little thing about the Bills. Call it like one last ride. Even though last year you could say that because so many of the key guys are gone, it's just you just fail to add playmakers around them. Think about Patrick Mahomes, for instance. Who's he had around him? Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Hey, Sammy Watkins was really good for the Chiefs that first Super Bowl, right, Juan? Really good.
Really good.
They had McCole Hardman, one of the most dynamic players in the NFL at the time. Now they have Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, got young guys. And Josh Allen, it's like, oh, cool, he's had Stephon Diggs. Cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But he's never had this all-star cast around him, like, hey, good running backs. James Cook's finally coming into his own. But my whole point of saying this is even when the Chiefs didn't give Patrick Mahomes a great offense, they had an elite defense. Buffalo's defense, I don't care that they are elite in stats. They're not elite when it comes to the other NFL elite. Go look at the roster. Go look at the guys they could have gotten. Prime example was Ed Oliver, for instance. He's good. He's cool. He's a good player. Got a second contract. Has he ever been a premier player at his position? Never. Oh, never.
Yeah.
There was 3 of them taken after him. And another guy was Tremaine Edmonds. Hey, love the pick when they did it. Didn't work out. He was a good player. Just good. You hit a single or maybe a double. You could have had Derwin James right after him.
Yeah.
I mean, the list is in the video is crazy. It's like you have so many chances at elite talent, and that's what the Bills have not done is get elite talent. They've gotten good talent. Good talent's cool. It's like you said, hey, you want to win your division every year? Cool. This is a clear case of Josh Allen brings his team to heights they shouldn't reach, and he gets penalized for it. What I mean by that is, hey, what were the quotes the year after Peyton Manning got hurt?
Terrible.
Like the year he was there but was hurt. 2-14. Worst team in the league.
Yeah.
Year before that, they won the division. What changed? Oh, you just are a one-man show. That's what the Bills are.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with them. And hey, they've taken some swings like, hey, Dalton Kincaid could be good. Really good. I really liked him. Keon Coleman could be really good. But these are a lot of wait-and-see type of things. And, hey, I'm glad they cut bait with Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
I think Diggs' stock's just going to get lower, like we've talked about. And while he might be elite this year, I mean, how many more years does he have? 1 or 2?
Yeah. And
he's not elite like Tyreek Hill. He's that next tier down.
Yeah. Which is still pretty good, but I get what you're saying. Look.
No, it's not bad, but it's just he's not a true difference maker. Like, he's good, but he's not a guy who can win a game by himself like Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. These are all guys better than him, and there's no shots. It's just a reality.
Yeah. Look, I like to bring this to the forefront as far as like over the last like 3 years, I've grown a lot more to this ideology as far as how quarterbacks should be judged in the NFL. I used to think a completely different way, but the more and more that I see these elite guys come into the league, and then you have your average guys, like another guy in this division, like Tua, a guy that's can be really good in a very good situation, and Dak Prescott, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, those type of dudes. Um, Teams surround these guys with the best possible scenarios and the best possible talent that they could, and they really do reap the benefits. And Josh Allen is a guy where he's a lot better than these guys. He's a guy that elevates the people around him. Those other guys, they need the other people to elevate them. And I come to this with the Bills, and some other teams like to do this. It's like, oh, we got Justin Herbert, we got Josh Allen. Let us go ahead and get some average players, or whatever type of players, and he can just elevate us. And I don't think that's the right way. I think I hate the Chiefs to death, bro, but they're the prime example of, like, hey, let's take advantage of Patrick Mahomes and let's get him some talent, whether that's young talent, whether that's having a Travis Kelsey, or better yet, having an amazing defense to really
And
fucking help
and
him.
here's the difference one too. I want to add. Andy Reid's an offensive coach. He can make something with a little bit of nothing, if you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like he's got Mahomes and some scraps. He can make something. That's not Sean McDermott's game. That wasn't Ken Dorsey. I don't really think that's Joe Brady. I think Dayball could do that because Dayball's really good as an OC. But hey, of course they took a step back when he left because he's one of the best offensive minds in football. You
yeah,
might not like him as a head coach, but his ability as an OC is not to be underestimated. So and it's not like he's got this great offensive coach, like you said, right?
yeah.
So that's another thing. And 2 years ago, guys, Juan was like, "Yo, Gabe Davis is good enough,"
Right.
but I think Juan would admit he was wrong. It's
Yeah.
not. He's not enough.
Yeah.
Hey, he's cool when he got 5 touchdowns that one game, and then the rest of the year he's mid.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the thing. Like, they're gonna have to depend on two guys making a big impact right away. And that's Dalton Kincaid, who's going into his second year, which, yeah, we've seen some flashes, but that's a lot of pressure on a second year player to be the primary guy on offense. And then second of all is Keon Coleman. He's a rookie. I love the guy. I love the kid, bro. I think he's gonna be pretty good, but at the end of the day, this is the NFL, and there is a high possibility that maybe he starts off slow. Maybe he struggles. Like, you're
Hey,
gonna have to
not
depend on
everyone's
him.
Jamar Chase. Not everyone's Jamar
Yeah,
Chase or Justin Jefferson. They're
yeah,
not. Tyreek Hill didn't kill it as a receiver at his rookie year.
yeah,
He didn't. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's foolish to put the expectation on Keon Coleman.
yeah.
I definitely think he will be good as a rookie, maybe 1,000, but I'm not thinking he's going to light
To
the
the
league on
point,
fire.
when you're gonna have to depend on this guy for the whole year, including playoffs. It's that's a lot. That's a lot on his shoulders. But it's very, very frustrating with the Bills. But it comes back to one guy. It's Josh Allen. He's the main reason why I feel like, and you feel like, that they're not going to miss a beat as far as possibly winning this division again. You know, I think they're going to win a lot of games. He's going to have to do a lot more, and hopefully these other players take a big step forward this year. But as far as winning a Super Bowl, I
I
don't
have a
see
hard
it.
time thinking.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I have a hard time.
I don't. I
I
think
think
their window.
McDermott's pretty much gone
Their
too. I don't think he's going to be there unless they win a Super Bowl or they go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Like if they get knocked out again, it's time. It is time.
yeah. Because same thing that we talk about with the Cowboys, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, how are you losing these games? It's the
Correct. The only thing is they don't care. We don't talk about it as much because it's Buffalo.
right.
If it was Dallas, we'd be dissecting it today. We'd
Yeah,
still be talking about how Dak didn't slide and spot the ball right, or how Zeke hiked the fucking ball. It's Buffalo. You get a little leeway because it's a small market. They historically haven't been that great. It's just the reality of it.
right. But we come back to the over under, Max. What's the over under for the Bills?
10.5.
What are you going?
I'm gonna go under. I think they're gonna win 10 games.
Man, yeah, this is a tough one, bro. I'm gonna go under as well. I think they win about 10 games. I don't think they're gonna win like 13, 14 games and have a dominant like regular season. I think there's gonna be some issues. There's gonna be some bumps in the road, and Josh Allen's gonna have to do a lot, which that means he's a little bit more open to getting hurt, which he's gotten banged up in the past couple of seasons. So I'm not feeling all that confident. Uh, that's just how much confidence I have in Josh Allen for them to even say that they're a 10-win team, because without him, they're not. They're an average team without him. He's the one that brings them above that bar. Uh Anything else on the Bills, Max?
I think.
Yeah. If you guys want a more deeper breakdown of the Bills, and you're a Bills fan or Josh Allen fan, check out our video. All right. It's why the Bills are failing Josh Allen. It's a really good video that me and Max worked on. I think you guys will enjoy that, especially if you're a Bills fan or Josh Allen type of dude. All right. Anyway, let's go to the next team, the Miami Dolphins. Head coach Mike McDaniel coming back. Offensive coordinator Frank Smith. DC replacing Vic Fangio is Anthony Weaver. 2023 record 11-6. 2024 over under for this year is 9.5 wins. Let's go over some of their ads. The ads that they had, they got Chop Robinson, the twitchy edge rusher out of Penn State. They drafted running back Jalen Wright, who is Max's number one prospect as far as running backs go. They signed Jordan Poyer, got him away from the Bills, and they got Jordan Brooks, a linebacker from Seattle. So a lot of solid finds for the Miami Dolphins. Max, your thoughts on the Fins, Big Tunas?
The losses to me were bigger than the gains. And what I mean by that is you lose Christian Wilkins, who's a top 5 player at his position, underrated guy, maybe a gem. Robert Hunt, arguably one of the best guards in football, easily their best lineman. You have a left tackle, Teron Armstead, who's playing on one leg or kind of just at the end of his career. It scares me. You just gave Tua all this money. When, again, I'm not a big Tua guy. He played good last year, but he does things to me that's typical system quarterback. It's Jimmy G. It's Brock Purdy. It's, hey, when it's nut crunch time, when I need a big boy throw, I need you to man up and take this hit and throw it. It's not him. How many times can we watch him lose a game they need to win? I mean, I'll just do a quick recap. 2.5 years ago, last week against Buffalo, need to win this game to make it 45-10 blowout. Last year, in the playoffs against Buffalo again, lose. Cold weather, don't play good. Week 17, in your house, play bad, don't win. I just don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see how, as this team progresses, they had enough faith to give two of them money. And yeah, hey, Tyreek Hill's cool. Jalen Waddle's really good. You got good running backs. But I just don't like what they lost and what they gained. Hey, Chop Robinson was a need. He wasn't like a take best player
A
available
luxury
in my
pick.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a luxury pick. Hey, Bradley Chubb's injured. Jalen Phillips is a superstar. Achilles, both of them, I believe, right?
Yeah.
It's scary. This defense is going to be really raw. Jalen Ramsey's getting a lot of money, and I definitely think he's fallen out of the top 5 cornerbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
Safe to say?
Yeah. He's just going to keep on
regressing. I agree.
Yeah, it's just going to keep on happening. Look, with all that said, literally, I love everything about the Dolphins, though, man. Besides Tua, I really do. I'm a big fan of Mike McDaniel. They're loaded on offense. They got speed everywhere, and they added even more talent with Jalen Wright, your boy. They have 3 really good fucking running backs, bro. They got Devon Achane, who blew up on the scene last year before he got banged up. Raheem Mostert's a really solid running back. And then they got the rookie and Jalen Wright. Not to mention Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Like, the list goes on. Their offense is firepower. and I'm excited to see it. I think Mike McDaniel's going to have some new toys to play with, and for the regular season's sake, they're going to kick some fucking teams' asses. Just like last year, I think it's going to be a track meet against certain teams that don't come prepared and they're lousy on defense, whatever, kind of like what we've seen with the Broncos. And they're
Might be a little extreme, that one, but
yeah,
okay.
but that's the capability that they
No, I agree.
have. They have so much firepower, bro, and some teams just don't match up well with them.
In the early part of the season, they're gonna be lethal to play.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of people say this, either past coaches, podcasters. Fast teams, as the year goes on, they get a little slower. But
Mhm.
big teams, they stay big. They don't get smaller. It's kind of why you always see teams like the Ravens, the Patriots back in their heyday,
Yeah.
the Chiefs right
Baltimore.
now. They got a lot, got a lot of big Eagles, big people,
Yeah.
a lot of big people. They don't have to worry about the physicality, because every time the physicality ratchets it up, I feel like the Dolphins are a losing hand. Now, I definitely think they'll be a good team. I think right around 9 or 10 wins, I would probably go over. Probably surprised to hear me say that. But I think they could easily win this division. I think the Bills have fallen off. They're kind of ascending. I think Tua will have a fine year, but until I see him make a play in the postseason or win a big game, it's kind of hard for me to think he's good. I think if you ask me what he was in the NFL, he's somewhere between 20 and 15.
Yeah.
Maybe he can scratch the top 10. I know I'm a hater. I know. I'm well aware I hate the guy, right? Because every year I'm always talking crap about him, and I'm right every year. But I'm still a hater. I know. I know, guys. You don't have to comment. I already fucking know.
Yeah, man. As far as the contract goes and what I think about it, I just think that's a lot of money, and it sucks. It really does. It sucks for teams specifically only, and the owners. And I mean, fuck the owners, I guess, but that's just how the quarterback market is. You don't get paid for what you actually are. You get paid on what did the last guy get paid. That's what it's based on. And if you're anywhere like near of success, like to the point where you're Daniel Jones or Tua or even a Baker Mayfield, like if you had any type of success, you're gonna get paid because that's just how the market is. Unfortunately, these guys are not getting paid on what they actually are. So that's what sucks.
It's crazy to me. They walk in and demand. I'd be like, are you high? Like, honestly, again, I probably get fired because I let the quarterback walk, and I guess something's better than nothing. I'd be like, no, man, I'm not paying you that.
Same. I
To me,
wouldn't do
two
it. I wouldn't
two was
do it.
like 20. I think one GM is going to be like, no, we'll suck for a year, and then we'll get a rookie, and then have 5 more years, and maybe we'll find a rookie who's even better, and then arguably the GM will get fired because they'll miss the pick. But I'd rather almost do that than just pay someone who I know is never going to get me there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I don't know if Tua, maybe you can talk yourself into he can get us there if we get a good enough team. I just don't think he's.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
they
he
can win a
is.
Super Bowl. I think we've seen it, Max. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but you already know how both of us feel about Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is the fucking poster child on the highest of the highs that you can get with a quarterback like that. As far as let's put the most massive talent around him to elevate this guy, and let's focus on the really good things that this guy does, and let's fucking do it. And let's see how far we can get. We've seen it. You can make a Super Bowl, but it's yet to be a thing where you can win one. I know it's
Again,
unfair to say, but it's the
to win
truth.
one, you need to have a historic team like the Seahawks with rookie Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need to have some historic team that can literally just win the game without the
But
like.
even
Russell
okay,
Wilson could have not thrown a pass; they would have won that game.
okay, but even that though, Max, during that run, Russell Wilson was dynamic and he was a
Correct,
playmaker.
dynamic, correct. Yes, correct. But
You
that's
know,
my whole point is like you need to have some type of historic team. It's like it didn't matter if I was playing quarterback. We could win this game.
right.
That's my point. Are you going over or under?
I'm going over. I really like the Dolphins this year. Okay. Let's go to the New York Jets.
Oh,
Head coach Robert Saleh coming back. Offense coordinator Nate Hackett. I'm not going to call him his full name. He doesn't deserve it. He's a Nate. More of a Nate guy. Defense coordinator Jeff Ubrick. And 2023 they went 7-10. Of course, losing Rodgers within 4 plays of their regular season. 2024 over under 9.5 wins. Let's go over some of their ads. Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle out of Penn State. Son Riddick, Mike Williams from the Chargers, and Tyron Smith, future Hall of Fame left tackle from the Dallas Cowboys. Some of their losses, not bad. Bryce Huff, edge, basically swapped them out. And DB Jordan Whitehead is going back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So not that bad as far as losses go. Max, it seems like yesterday when we were doing the podcast last year, so excited about Rodgers, and I was actually going over some of our clips that we did about the Jets. And we're like, is it are you guaranteeing playoffs with Rodgers as the quarterback for the Jets? And I ask you again in 2024, do you guarantee that the Jets will make the playoffs this year with Rodgers being healthy, obviously?
Yes, I would. And let me tell you why. I think there's a very weird thing in the NFL, or not weird, I guess there's just the belief. The Jets didn't have it with Zach Wilson. I think they had it because they won that first game without Rodgers, right? And then get week 2, they played really hard, and Zach Wilson looks okay. But as the season progressed, it just got worse and worse. Like the team was like, we're just like their hearts were stomped. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers plays last year. Let's say Aaron Rodgers is 50% of himself coming back on. They arguably make the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm going with it. I think they've obviously added to the O-line. They have Morgan Moses as well. They got Olu Fashanu, Tyron Smith, 3 big pieces. Hey, Olu can kick into guard. Just build up that line. Tampa Bay did with Brady. Get who's the tackle there? Tristan Wirfs. Get him. Obviously, number one priority is keeping Rodgers healthy, and obviously you can't really blame that on the O-line. I mean, it's just unfortunate. It's unlucky, but I feel like he would have got hurt at some point because last year their O-line was horrible. Zach Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, it was fucking bad. And this is the make it or break year. If you told me if they go start off 1-3, Salah could be out the door.
Okay.
And what's a realistic expectation for Rodgers coming back? What do you expect? I don't know if there's a realistic like expectation for him, or is it just like what we hope for? Or what do you think?
I mean, you win games. You win games. You shut everyone up. You know,
First part of the year, take a shot here and there, get his legs underneath him, and then maybe by week 10 he can win you a game. He can just dominate.
well, it brings me to this. I love the Jets roster wise. I have full confidence in Aaron Rodgers. I think this team can win a Super Bowl with the talent that they have. They won 6-7 games without Rodgers, and that was with like 3 garbage quarterbacks. So the roster is fucking fine, and they got even better. And they, quote unquote, I wouldn't say that they figured it out, the offensive line thing, but they at least attempted to put a bandage. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Um,
Could really make an impact. Will McDonald, what happened to him last year? You loved him coming out.
yeah. Yeah, they got countless, but the players are not the problem. The one thing that I always come back to with this Jets team is the coaching staff. I don't have faith in it. I know you probably feel a little bit different in Robert Saleh. I'm not a big fan. I don't like Robert Saleh. I don't think he does that good of a job. His defense, amazing. The defense always plays fucking well, but it's the other things that you have to do as a head coach. Like how do you handle with your players, and that's on all sides of the ball. And I'm not a big fan of Nate Hackett. I don't. I think like it's gonna be more of the fucking Rodgers show than Nathaniel Hackett really doing shit.
You got to let him get his legs back because he's not going to really play in the preseason, I bet.
I mean, I don't think so either. But this is why I give the edge to the Bills and the Dolphins. They should be amazing. They should win this division, but I don't trust the coaching. And let it be one slip up, Max. Like you said, they start off like 1-4, 1-5.
Yeah,
Robert
follows
Sala's
up.
done. He's
Yeah.
he's done.
So, are you leaning towards the under or the over?
The over under is what
9.5.
9.5. Oh my God, Vegas. You love that 9.5, don't
I'm
you?
going under.
I'm gonna go under as well. I don't trust Robert Saleh. I just don't. And uh, if they go over, I wouldn't be surprised because how good their roster is. They got tons of guys that can make a leap on their roster. They got Brees Hall. They got Garrett Wilson. They got Elijah Vera Tucker, Sauce Gardner. The fucking list goes on, bro. They got so many fucking guys on their roster that is just waiting to just be like, oh, I just got better. Like it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
it's
just
gonna be
exploded
crazy.
onto the scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree.
yeah.
I agree. And that brings us to the last team, the New England Patriots. Not your daddy's Patriots one, but your New England Patriots. Isaiah's team. Head coach, new guy after 20 something years, Gerard Mayo. Doesn't really feel like he's new because he's been there. Alex Van Pelt is the OC, DC DeMarcus Covington. They were 4-13 last year, and it was bad. This year, over under is 4.5. They drafted Drake May in the first round, third pick in the draft. They got my low key favorite underrated receiver, Jalen Polk. Jalen
Uh,
Polk. They got Antonio Gibson. They didn't really lose much. They lost Adrian Phillips, Zeke Elliott, Mac Jones. If you want to be funny, what's so? There's only one topic. What does life after Belichick look like for this team, Juan? Are you excited? Are you kind of just like, who
no,
cares? They're a year away from a year away.
it's gonna be tough to people to hear this because it started off this podcast saying how much I hate the Patriots, but I promise you this has nothing to do with it. I'm going completely unbiased at this point. I'm going under. I'm going under. As crazy as that sounds, I think they're gonna be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Um, they don't have all that much talent. Uh, I really don't think so. They have like one player each on both sides of the ball, and I think it's Jalen Polk and probably Kyle Duggar on defense. You know, as far as like young guys that I expect to do some really big things. Drake May, I think that's like the biggest thing right now. Drake May is a project. Drake May is an absolute fucking project. We've been saying it. I love the ceiling. I'm a big fan of Drake May. I think he went to probably one of the worst situations that you could, besides like Washington, you know. But honestly, I kind of like the Washington situation a little bit better as we go on and we've seen the moves that Dan Quinn has made, and at least the defense is going to be really good. I don't know what to expect from New England. It's like they got their guy in Gerard Mayo, who's a Bill Belichick disciple. And we know how Bill Belichick disciples are. Like they try to do it Bill's way and do like a little twist, but it never works out. It rarely works out. Like Bill Belichick guys just don't work out for some reason. And I'm scared about that. And then to throw all on top of that, that the roster is not good, it's a bad fucking recipe. Then you throw on top, they're in one of the toughest divisions in football. Oh yeah, that too. And they play in the AFC. That's really good. Oh, that too. It's like so many things here are adding up to be a bad team.
We couldn't be any different. It's a lock over. I think they're going to win easily 5 games. Easily 5. They won 4 last year.
That's I
Did they
think
get
that
that much
it's gonna be
worse?
different. I think it's gonna be different,
Oh
man.
my, yeah, it's going to be even better. Even better. Belichick's the original. No, honestly, the only thing that scares me is Gerard Mayo's not proven. Let me ask you this: if Vrabel's there, 5 wins easy.
Yes. So that's
Okay.
Vrabel. That's a proven
No, I'm asking. I'm
coach.
just asking. I'm just asking. Because look, I think the talent's there to win 5 games. They have Christian Gonzalez coming back. They have a really good defense. Judon, Gonzalez, Duggar, Barmore, Dietrich Wise, other guys. Who's the Keon White? Like these guys. I love their corners. I like a lot of shit about this team. It's just I got to see it first, and that's what I'm worried about. The O line I think is going to be better. They're going to have a. I think Ramondre Stevens is going to have a big year, and I think they can win some games. I think they can win 5. I think
I
they can win 5. That's all they got to do for me to is win 5. You can catch teams. You're going to win one divisional game. You'll beat somebody because they're not ready for you. You just got to
Mhm.
win 4 more. No problem. Easy. Lock it in.
But here's my
I'm not
thing.
kidding. I feel so confident.
Here's my thing. I mean, I get what you're saying. 5 wins. I mean, four to get 4 or below wins, you got to be pretty bad. So I
Yeah,
am, yeah,
correct.
yeah. So I'm betting pretty bold here, but I would just say this: the guys like Keon White, the guys like Ramondre Stevenson, shit, even the guys like Kyle Duggar, as much as we love them, Bill Belichick for years has been elevating average guys. So, would
Yeah,
you be
hold on. Some of those guys aren't average. They're really good.
Yeah, they're
Hold
really
on,
good
hold on.
because Bill Belichick has
No,
fucking.
no, no, because they're fucking good. They're good.
You don't know
They're
that though.
good.
You
Oh, you're
don't.
crazy.
No,
Oh
this
my!
is what I'm
And they
saying, man.
cut Juju. I love that move. I love that they cut Juju.
The thing is, though, Max, is yeah, they're really good in their spots that they got put in, but they got put in the best available spots. What if they get put in the spot that they're just not so good in? Like we love Kyle Duggar, right? We've been doing some stat digging on him. We're thinking about doing a video on him. What is the biggest thing about Kyle Duggar that we found out? His versatility, the fact that you line him all over the field. Who knows when Bill Belichick is gone, that doesn't happen. I don't know how much hand that he had in the defense. I'm pretty sure it was a lot, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the same exact fucking thing. They're going to
You're a
put their
hater on the
twist.
front line. You're a hater on the front line. 5 wins, lock it in right now.
You're
They're
doing
still
it.
coming
You're
in
doing it
last in
for
the
Isaiah.
division.
Stop.
No, I'm not. I'm not. F Isaiah.
Isaiah, why you got this Isaiah like that?
Oh no, I'm just
He
saying
got
it
the
ain't about
he has
him.
the Thunder, bro. The Thunder are fine. It's time for the Thunder to make him happy. The Patriots, he's gonna be miserable. It's been a fucking great ride, okay?
5-11. It's a great year.
It's
That's
not
all
a
I'm gonna
great year.
say.
5-11.
5-11
I'm
is a banging year. Look, let me tell you right now, they're the worst team in the division, but they're gonna win 5 games.
sorry.
That's all
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
What's
I'm
your
wrapping it up.
okay? Last question about the Patriots, and then we'll rank the teams. Let's have a conversation about Drake May. What's your expectations for Drake May?
Think there's gonna be a lot of good, a lot of bad. Let me rephrase. There's gonna be good and there'll be a lot of bad.
Okay,
But I don't
what's
think it'll be like I don't think he's gonna look like he's not cut out for it. He's
okay?
not gonna be like, and by week 10, I'm not gonna be like, fuck it, Joe, bring in Joe Milton. He couldn't win. He barely won the starting job at Tennessee, but now he can play quarterback. No,
Well,
no, no,
that's the
no.
thing. I
Stop.
mean, there Jacoby Brissett right now is leading the quarterback room. I know it's preseason and I know it's early. I
Of
know it's
course.
early.
It's just come on.
But man, I would hate to see Drake May have such bad of a rookie year to the point where it's like this guy's done. We're not gonna pursue him any longer, type of thing. Because you need a roster around him. He needs to build. He's a project guy. He needs a lot of work. Okay, he needs a lot of fucking work to his game. Okay, but New England Patriots, I'm smashing the under. Max is going over.
Easy.
The over under is 4.5. So we'll see who wins that one at the end of the year. Um, let's move on to ranking these teams for this division. So let's go bottom to top because I think people know who's gonna be at our bottom. So
Patriots.
there you go. All right. Who's your third team?
Jets.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Second?
Buffalo.
And Dolphins winning division. Okay.
That's not what I want to happen. That's just what I think will
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, of course. I want a lot of things, Max, as a Raider fan, but they don't happen, unfortunately. Um,
Raiders.
yeah. My list is gonna go Patriots last, Bills third, Jets second, Dolphins first. And honestly, it's super close with the Dolphins and Jets. Super
I
close.
think 1, 2, and 3 will all be in the same realm. Like it'll all be between like 9 and 11 wins. I don't think there's going to be one team that wins 13, the other two win 8. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I get you. Well, that's gonna do it for today's episode. AFC East for you guys. We hope you guys enjoyed that one. Like I said, man, if you guys are a Bills fan watching this AFC East breakdown, go ahead and check out our MJC original, man, on Josh Allen. Check out both of them if you guys haven't. One of them is Josh Allen, the project quarterback, and how he worked out, basically us praising Josh Allen. And then the second one is more based on the team as a whole, why the Bills are failing Josh Allen. So check those out if you guys are interested. We've been coming out with a new series called MJC Gems. Go ahead and check that out. The most recent two that we have done is Jaden Reed, the wide receiver from the Packers, and Alex Highsmith from the Pittsburgh
The
Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah. So like, comment, make sure to subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Until next time, we both out. Peace.